draining the bowl out here, loosen this up. You can actually do that with it on, because that hose took off the bottom, goes all the way down the frame behind the engine. So if you need to take a little bit of water or something in your gas, you can just catch it underneath, let it run out through here. There, I got the majority of it out. Now I feel better about laying it down. Oh yeah. Now, I want to at least get it apart enough that I can check the needle on it. I'm gonna go blow this off. All right, let's take her apart. See what we got inside there. Definitely a lot simpler than a newer one with fuel injection. All the fancy gizmos they got now, power steering and whatnot. I think most of them are electric power steering. So this way I can order all the stuff I need in one place, and hopefully then I can I don't have to pay so much in shipping. There we go. See, the thing is, in some of these, a lot of stuff goes obsolete sometimes. So I don't know if you can replace the... You might be able to get the needle, hopefully. But the seat, believe it or not, sometimes the seat wears when the needle's got a rubber tip and the seat will wear. It's brass. Yeah, there's a ring on it. Let's see if I can... I don't think the GoPro is going to pick that up. There's a ring where it seals, and that a lot of times will screw it up. Probably just needs a new one. Let's see what this plate does. Not much. For now, I'm going to leave it. This I know I'm curious on why it's down there. That jet must go right on down below that plastic part. See that? Yeah. That jet goes right in there below that. I'll have to check the parts book because it's possible that it flipped over while it came apart too, you know, like this. I'm thinking it would be like this though. So I would think it would be. Gasket looks pretty good on it. Surprising since it's 30, at least 35 years old. Depending on when it was registered there. I'm sure it's older than when it was registered. Maybe around that time. Might want a new O-ring here too. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna have to do is see what's even out there. Like they might have a carb kit, but most likely it's gonna be piecemeal. So I'm gonna look for a needle. Maybe this O-ring here, just to make sure it seals good, because it is flat right here. It's had 35 years to flatten. And maybe this gasket, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I'll do a little bit of greasing here while I'm at it. The grease gun here. I like to, these Zerks, I like to wipe them off first, because if you don't, all that dirt goes in there. You'll push it right in there. And you don't want that. So there's one there for the steering. I don't think there's one up here at all. I don't see anything. There is one on each spindle here. There. There. And I believe the A-arms back there. I'll show you in a bit. Let's start greasing them. I don't think it's going to need much either, because they don't hold a lot. Okay, it's getting stiff. Do that guy. Getting stiff again, so it's probably getting to the end. And it was pretty hard, so it probably hasn't been greased in a while. I know I haven't done it. Now, I'll wipe that off so it doesn't attract dirt. Because you know it would. The A-arm ones are right. Let's see here once. I think this is a Zerk here. Yep. Let me grease your pivot points for your A-arms. All right. Now I gotta look for more of them. See if I can find any more. Alright, I'm gonna do a little cleaning on the engine with the gas that I use out of the carb here. Some crappy gas. Smells varnishy. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit, it'll cool better then. Look how that cleans. Oh yeah. And I'll blow it off when I'm done. And I should really blow it off. Well, I did blow it off on the other side, kind of. So I'll have to order some parts, so I'll just do this for now. So it's done for later. Some of these spots are hard to get into, like this. That's where the air comes in. I think the oil filter is in here, I think. I'm gonna have to check the parts book. That's a pretty good job cleaning. Phone engine number. Alright, so I did just a little bit of looking in the parts online. The oil filter is indeed under this cover. On the bottom on the drain plug is a strainer inside there. So actually the drain plug is right here. I'll clean it up a little bit. There's a strainer in there. You can see I did some cleaning on it. It's looking better. I can get the needle for the carb. For the air cleaner, you get this foam part that goes around it. That's what you get. I'm not sure about I'll have to look to see if they got this. Alright, I got a new boot for this. So if I can get this one off of here, which isn't going to be easy. I think I'm just going to cut it. Well, let's see here if I can make this easier. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. There it is. I'll throw the new one on. It's kind of hard on your toes if that's not there. Okay, and put the chamfered side in. Looks like the way it was. I might have to get some dish soap or something to help with this. You don't want that. Okay, I put the boot in hot water. Oh, I gotta get it out of there. And I got a little bit of Dawn here I'm gonna use to help get it on there. Put a little bit there. And hopefully I can get it on there. There it is. Now once that dries, it should be on there pretty good. So that's done. It smells like Dawn dish soap too. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the carb back together. And then I'll work on a paper toweling. It's cleaner. Okay, so I got, here's all my parts. So what I need to do is I need to clean this really well. Yeah, look at that, it's all crusty stuff. If that loosens up, I can get in your jets and plug them up. So I'm gonna get going on that. I thought I had a brass wire brush, but this is probably a stainless steel one. But it ain't gonna hurt the inside of the aluminum. I mean, if it will get a little bit scratched, what's the difference? So I'm gonna clean this up and be back. Alright, I don't have it completely clean, but I'm gonna take this out. And get cleaning on this stuff. I want everything out so I can clean it good. There's a little one here. There's one here. I got a new O-ring here for sealing. I should also do the outside of it. Here's the idle adjustment. This comes with a seat too. Let's see. It came with this. Yeah, it's got a new seat. It's a new needle and seat. So I'm gonna have to get the old one out. So I have to take this off here and pull that plate off and then try and pull it out of there. And put this back on here. And put it in the bag. So I need a Phillips. I'm gonna try and find one that fits good. Okay, it came off easy. Which is good. Okay, it should pull out of there. It's moving, so that's good. Grab our pliers. There it is. Looks like the new one. New one came with the O-ring. The only thing is the new one is steel instead of brass. So it's like they might have changed it a little bit. I'll have to clean that up. This gasket, I have a new gasket here. This probably would seal, but I got a new one, so. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get that up too. There she comes. If I can save it, it'll be, probably could be used as a spare. And there it is. Is the new one the same? Looks like it. Yep, that's good. I'll take this O-ring out of here. Let me get some picks for that. And take this guy out. The new one will go in there. I just wanted to make sure it's gonna seal good because it is kind of flattened out from being in there for 30 years, 40 years, whatever. 86, close to 40. All right, I get a. Okay, so that one is on. That one stays out, so I'll have to see what the setting is for that one. Let's see how much to go in. 1, 2, 2.5 turns about. We're about flush. Cleaning this stuff should make it run better. It was a little bit sputtery at times. You know, come up here. You come up here. My cat wants to come up here. You want to go up here? Here, you want to go up there? Huh? There you go, babe. Always looking to escape us, huh? You'd like nothing more. I probably should have gotten this washer here new, but what do you do? You good cat? You good cat? He always wags his tail when I ask him that. You good cat? Alright, let's take this big guy up here. See what's in there. Just a plug. Looks like you want to get all that stuff out so you can blow through it with the compressor. I'm thinking about running it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Might get it really clean, especially the stuff that I can't take out like this. Maybe it comes out, I don't know, but I don't want to break stuff because that's no fun. This has got holes in it, so it should be clear. Alright, I am gonna use the ultrasonic cleaner and clean a little bit. Clean some of this stuff up. I'm using gasoline, so that really shouldn't hurt anything because stuff should be used to gas, right? This can go in here and sink in. And this, I don't have room for this, so maybe I'll get a bigger container. I don't know. I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna put it in here with water. I get some water for it. And by doing it this way, just letting it float, you don't have the mess in there all the time. Oh, it's always a mess. And it'll go through right through the jar into the gas. I want to get the water level about up to the line here. I'm gonna get a little bit more, but I'm gonna get it going here. Let's see here. Power switch here. And then let's see. It does have it'll heat the water, but I don't really need it to. I'll turn that off and then give her more minutes. I'll go with half an hour. And get her going here. You can see it bubbling already. Because the water will go right through into the jar, so it's kind of a way to keep the water cleaner. Otherwise, if you put your solvent in here, And you always got to dump it and clean it, and it gets nasty. So just running water, it's clean. All your filth is in the jars. Or if you want to use a Ziploc bag or whatever, but the bags, if you Ziploc bag, if you use gasoline, it'll leak eventually. All right, I'll come back in half an hour when it's done. See, it's counting down. All right, that was half an hour. Let's see what we got. It's still got some stuff in it. Pretty cloudy. Okay, well, the main part of the carb I put in there to clean, went for half an hour. I worked on the air box, cleaned that. Now let me show you something with that. So the air cleaner goes in here like this. It seals in the front. And this is supposed to be a gasket. Well, who knows? Maybe it was meant to be grease. Maybe it was grease at one time. I don't know, but you can't buy this anymore. It's discontinued. So you're either going to have to find somebody that makes like an all foam one, and I looked. There might be some on Amazon, some cheap ones, but I had a hard time finding what I needed. So I'll show you what I came up with. All right, so I got this uni. That's for this model. 2-stage for the Moto 4200. But the problem with it is it's only this part. So let's see if it's gonna go on there first. Take this off of here. It should seal up against here, I would think. And yes, I will oil it. I just want to make sure it's going to fit here before I do that. Yeah, so it's going to fit it tight against here. And then up here. So what I need is a gasket for here, for the front part of it, to seal on the air box. So I did this on Amazon. I ordered this. It's adhesive foam. So one side of the foam is adhesive. So I'm gonna. It's pretty much like gasket material, but it's foam with rubber with adhesive backing. So I'm gonna cut it out here, the size I need it. You couldn't take like a strip because you would never make that curve. So what you do is just get something flat and then cut it out, and then you got it. But I figured I went with a 1/4 inch thick because I don't know how thick it needs to be to seal on there. But I figured I can always stick 2 of them on there if I need to. So I'm gonna go that route. If you have this model and you can find one that's the whole thing, that'd be cool. I think it should be up in here if you pull it tight enough here. So I'm gonna have to oil this. One thing I don't understand though is this air box. So the filter seals right there around that. If you look at this air box, I'll get you some light underneath on the bottom. There's a gap there. You see that? On the bottom. See the light? Well, that's gonna let air coming from outside around the filter. And that to me is like, it looks like it was designed that way. I don't know. It doesn't look like anything's broke out. That's just weird. Maybe it has something to do with the way it's designed and the airflow. It doesn't get sucked up in there at all. Maybe it's for draining water if you could sink it. I really don't know. I'm just surprised to see that where you'd have you know, dirty air anyway to be able to get in there. And here's the back cover of it. So this is going to seal like this, push the air filter in. So that's kind of where I'm at. Alright, so here's the carb that came out of the cleaner. It's about as good as I'm going to get it. Blow her off here. The outside came out pretty good. Pretty clean. That was half an hour. The inside here is just, I'll see what it looks like when it dries. So I am starting to put stuff back in. I put this one back in and set it about where it was, about flush. These just blow out like this. Then look in the light. You got it's daylight out, look through them. Make sure you can see light through it. And all the little holes. If they're not real nice shaped, take like a little wire or something and poke it through. This one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. I already blew them out off camera, so when I start putting back together. Okay, so this big guy goes in here. And this one here goes in here. Those go tight. And don't tighten them real tight because it's just brass, and if you ever have to go into it again, it's going to be hard to get them out. A bigger screwdriver than that. Okay, so those three are in. This is the needle. This one right here I'm kind of worried about. I didn't make sure I get that one good. Alright, this should be good. It ran decent before, so it's not like, I mean, it would miss once in a while. So it's not like it was really far off. So let's get the float on, the new float. What do you think? The seat, I mean. That's the new one. We'll put the old one over here. Yeah, look pretty similar. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of lube on it, I think. A little WD-40. This is an O-ring. Oh, just a little bit, right? And WD-40 ain't gonna hurt it at all. If it gets in the fuel, just be contaminated for half a second. Okay, so that should hopefully seal. Let's see if it goes in as easy as the other one, or it's flat. Yeah, the old one's got play in it. We can see that there's a difference there, and it'd be hard to see it, but this one's flatter. So this one should seal better. If it finds its little spot. And probably what this plate's for. You keep it down where it belongs. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Let's see here. There, now it can't move or try to come up at all. It's pretty much stuck there. So now we have the idle to put in, which is here. That's going to go right into the carb here. And that's going to push on the throttle here and give you a setting of where the idle should be. And I'll set that when I have it running. I don't know where it should be, so I'll worry about that later. And then we got a plug to put in. I believe that one goes here. It's really the only hole left. Alright, so the top part is done, because all I have left is this is the bottom for the drain. So here. This will drain the bowl out if you gotta get the gas out. You don't have to pull the carb off. That's the old O-ring. So now we need the new needle. It's going to be like this. So I believe it'll be like this. We'll find out in a bit. It goes like that. Okay. Well, I won't go down that far, but now what I like to do is I like to put a small amount of air in it. And even your mouth is fine, but just a real tiny bit. And it should seal it. So I believe I was wrong. So I switched it. I had it like this. I think it goes the other way. Let's see how much room there is. Let's see here. No, I'm gonna try it this way. It seemed like it was sealing very good. Not at all. Alright, let's try that. Seems to be now. Let's see if this is the way it wants to be. I think that's it. I think if I put it down the other way, it ain't gonna fit. And I can look at the parts book or review the video that I took taking it apart, but that isn't fun. I like to screw it up right away. So here's the other way that I had it. Yeah, and the float looks like it's a weird angle too. I bet you this won't even fit. No. Float hits. So we gotta switch her the other way. Oh yeah. So now we need the gasket, eh? The gasket is part number 24W-14184-00. And when you're ordering stuff for this model, don't do like me. There is different model for this. There's two models in those years. It's like a 225 and then a 200. And you got to make sure that you get the right one. The O-ring for the seal for here is 24W-14147-00, and the float is 5HH-14190-18. All right, let's see if this will work. It should. And then I need this in here, so I'm gonna I think I'm gonna put it on like this. I believe it goes like this. Therefore, like this. I don't think it would fit this way. Let me see once. I'm thinking not. I think that's how it goes right there. All right. I'm gonna say it's good. If it's not, I'll find out later, huh? Tight. Okay. I don't see any parts missing. So now this O-ring has to go here. And like that. Now it should be ready to go on. And hopefully it works. Let's go put it on.